CHRO and the CFO relationship is critical for success. And again, Chief Human Resource Officer, Chief Financial Officer, okay? We're talking about somebody who's responsible for the finance of a business, what we invest in to get us to where we want as a business. The other person looks after people. In my opinion, the most valuable asset in the company, right? So a super important relationship. You own the most valuable asset, yet you want to invest in it to keep producing it, right? So that relationship is really important because you do need to invest in your people constantly to get the best out of them. Bad analogy for some maybe, but think of sporting teams or whichever sport that you like. Look at the amount of money that's spent buying players and also on their facilities to improve their performance day in, day out. You've got to start to think of your business and your people as that critical asset like a sporting organisation, and that's why you need to invest. So that relationship's really key because it's not about saving money, it's about investment now. And remember, HXM is about investing in people. HCM was just assuming that they were there anyway, and if not, you'd replace them with someone else. So that relationship becomes really dynamic because you've got to do the right things to keep the right talent. Now, the way that we've helped the CHRO and CFO relationship is, number one, we've actually brought them together. In today's world, I often say it's very siloed. You work in a certain department, you might not even know the other department. So the first thing we do is we brought our network of customers around the world together and talked to them about how important their partnership needs to be looking at the future. So number one, creating dialogue. The second piece, what we're able to do is, due to our global customer base, is get customers to meet other customers who have walked that path already and have achieved benefits, have achieved business outcomes as well, and particularly cross-industry. There's a lot of people who think that, well, if I'm in the supermarket business, I must do what the other supermarket does. Again, what we've noticed at SAP is that we really concentrate on the people experience and the customer experience and that valuable chain. So really by helping our customers listen to different customer experiences from a technology company, if they're in real estate or retail, and understanding how that they can learn from that in different industries. So bringing together our customer community, as we call it, and making them part not only of a community amongst themselves, but we listen to them about our product innovation and what we want, what they need from our products and what we need to do. And at the same time, we educate them on what's possible when we've removed those silos. So when you start to think of things without departments, but you start to think of the end-to-end processes. A lot of what we're doing now at SAP is moving into what we call the intelligent enterprise, which is about looking at the processes people do, not the products and applications. So let me explain that in the essence of when you think you join a company, you deal with HR, but you also deal with security. You also deal with travel and administration. We look at that end-to-end process from an experience perspective. Is it smooth? Is it efficient? So is that person able to be productive as quickly as possible? And are they part of the organization as quickly as possible? The real importance of investing in HR tech for organizations is about people. People are your most important asset. And no matter what plans you have as business leaders, if you cannot engage your people in the business plan, now and in the future, and also show them that technology is there not to take their job away, but to enhance them, then you miss a trick in effect. You do not become successful because your people are naturally, they're unsure of what's happening. And if you bring change, as we've seen this last year, people's natural reaction is to recoil away from change, right? They're skeptical of it. So HR tech really helps you communicate from the top down, from the sides, and also, most importantly, it allows your people, your talent, to communicate to you. Do you understand where we're at, why we're doing this? You think you've told them it, but then if you ask them, they may say, well, no, we don't understand, or you haven't told us about what it affects X, Y, and Z. It creates that engagement that you get from we're having a conversation now, but it gives you that one-to-many, and it makes it personal for the individual. Again, irrespective if you're 60 people, 600,000 people. But the most key aspect of investing in it is doing it in line with the technology that you're transforming and changing. And secondly, it's one thing to ask the questions, but please, as leaders, you have to listen and act on those questions. That's one of the things the technology can't do, is make sure as a leader that you do listen and that you do respond to the questions. So we prompt you and we create all sorts of nice things, but it comes back to our discussion on leadership philosophy. Remember, your job as a leader now is it's a privileged one because of the people that you serve, and that's exactly it. You're about removing the barriers for your people. It's not about them working for you.